Raji.
Namaste, Vindya.
How are you?
I'm doing very well today. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for
Okay.
asking. So, Raji, I just want to ask you one question. At a very young age, you were, drawn towards meditation and spirituality. So, can we know the reason why?
Wow, that's a tough one. When you like something, there is no reason behind liking it. Just happens. Like many things you do in life, you fall in love with something. It just happens. There are no explanations for such things. So I was drawn very naturally towards this sort of things. My mother would say, when I was trying to do all these things. Okay, it's not that you started now. You started long back when you started walking. That she would tell me that when your father would go to temple, you would pull his dhoti and make sure he takes you to temple. Until he lifts you up, you won't let him go.
Yeah.
So he said you started long back. So, and I don't think I can give you any explanation why.
I do
Okay.
understand that.
Yeah.
So, can you please explain us what exactly is meditation and what, spiritually and mentally, and how will it affect anybody while
Ah.
doing meditation?
In India, need not know why, what, how of meditation. Most people, they are aware of it, that there is meditation, a way to spirituality. See, how to look within. These are methods are there, but to explore the method suitable to your oneself, it's difficult to find. Most people are meditating actually. You name a child to a teenager to a lady or students or working in various environments. They're all meditating on something or the other. Businessman is meditating on money. Student is meditating on whatever subjects, education, right? Now, the idea of meditation is to think on one object, God. That's how we first proceed with this idea, with the thought. Okay. Now, this thought process must evolve it to the next level. See? Like when I'm using mantra, for example, I'm reciting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. It goes on. It is like you phone somebody, let's say your friend or your mother. Mother, mother, mother. Even when she picks up the phone, you keep on saying mother, 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 and you don't let her answer. So mantras to me are like that. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. God may be trying to communicate with you, but you don't give him a chance to reciprocate. In true meditation, you start with avocation. You invoke the presence of deity or whatever, and you wait for that experience to surface on its own in your heart. So you may start with the thinking apparatus, okay, I'm thinking on presence of God. But next step should be, this thought must translate into experiencing or feeling the presence. So meditation allows you to move forward from thinking to feeling the presence of divinity within. Though the divinity is everywhere, but it is wiser to experience it in my heart. Now you may ask me another question perhaps that, how, where, which method should I adopt? Some people meditate on this forehead, some people on Swadhisthana, some on navel, some on heart. Some actually meditate on outside object. For example, this statue is there. People go on focusing their eyes on it, or some deepam.
That's a part of yoga again.
Correct. Now, but how to move next forward? Let us see, when the idea is to feel something, am I going to feel things with my forehead? Forehead prompts you to think.
Yes.
Can I feel the things with my navel, with my shoulders, with the candle or deepam in front? No. The only organ that prompts me to feel something is my heart. So we start with this idea of presence of divinity in my heart and try to feel the presence. Now, how to move next to the next stage? You see, from thinking to feeling is the first step. It's the biggest step one takes. For example, when you are worshipping a deity, okay, you have a murti, your father or mother or your grandmother may have told you, this is God. Remember, this is God. From childhood, you've been ingrained with this idea. Okay, you grow up a little bit more and then they inculcate you with this idea, God is everywhere. You see? But then you start questioning, Mama, you told me He's only here. Then you start thinking, if God is everywhere, then what is the use of this? Okay, nevertheless, we still respect, we worship, we revere, but the mind is not happy with the answer. Nevertheless, we keep on doing the same thing out of respect, out of fear perhaps, out of temptation maybe. See? So whenever we have the end goal, because of this I am doing it, then there is a problem. See, our ancient sages, they have somehow invented various kinds of prayers. And 4 fundamental prayers are to fulfill 4 fundamental requirements. First requirement, depending upon who it is, you ask somebody, what is your requirement? Oh, I need a lot of money. Another person, oh, I need to have my kamas satisfied. Another person may say, my dharma has to be satisfied. Another fellow might say, oh, I want to achieve moksha. So based on these fundamental 4 requirements, we have 4 paramarthas: artha, dharma, kama and moksha. Now, beautiful thing is when you have fulfillment of artha, you have a lot of money. The 3 things may elude you. You may not have fulfillment of your desires, you may not have dharma, you may not have moksha. Next step, suppose even if you are satisfied with dharma, righteousness, but you're a pauper, left without moksha, what are you going to do? Nothing. But if moksha is fulfilled, then other things remain irrelevant. So the goal is moksha. But according to this tradition that I am following, it's a first step into spirituality. What is moksha after all? It is what we call in our shastras as liberation. Okay. Why are we not getting liberated? So many years of worship. Right? It is nothing to do with death, but feeling that I am free from everything, I am detached from everything. Even the idea of freedom has to go away, otherwise you are trapped with the idea of freedom. To talk about attachment and detachment also, sometimes you might laugh, oh, he's so attached to his non-attachment. Yes. You see, so tricky things develop out of all these things because of ignorance. Though idea of moksha is there, what traps us here is our own samskaras, our own impressions about things. And because of this, we take birth after birth after birth to get rid of all these samskaras. What are samskaras after all? I have a baggage that I carry from my past life. Punya samskars or papa samskars, whatever they are. In order to dissolve them, I take this birth. When I have no more samskaras, means no more seeds left for it to grow in my life, then it will end. Life would end. And then the soul without samskara, pure in itself, will merge in the ultimate. It will start its journey forward. Yes. But while we incarnate ourselves on earth with whatever samskars, so that we can undergo the bhoga of it, but in the process, we make more and more of samskaras, and it's a never-ending cycle. Okay. Through a proper method of meditation, we are able to erase these samskaras. It's almost like erasing your pen drive and put some new programs in it. Something like that. Say. So meditation, though it is so widely understood and known in modern world, but its applications are much greater. Today you ask anybody, why meditate? Oh, I want to feel cool. Oh, I want to feel distressed. I want to remove the stress from my system. I want to feel relaxed. I want to I want my depression to go away. I want to sleep better. I want to feel good. But these are all peripheral satisfactions. You see, the real thing is minimum liberation and go beyond. See.
Okay. So, Daji, what